Hello, world and universe. Welcome to the Trevor Donald Experience. Manifest your truth. And if you're new to the channel, please hit that like and subscribe button. And for all my continued followers, I want to say thank you. And this is an opinion-based video channel where I try to open your eyes and ears up to some of the travails and tribulations that take place throughout our cities, our states, our country, and sometimes around the world. Man, and I got to give you one that's coming straight out of Chicago, a place that is close and dear to my heart, and another place that I've never been to, but Fairfax, Virginia. Now, what does Chicago, Illinois, and Fairfax, Virginia have in common? Well, McDonald's Corporation, the fast food chain, is leaving and is having a lot of trouble with young people and them committing violence in and around their store and or restaurant. And this is a telltale sign that our society is going in the wrong direction. And we have been raising children of the corn, so to speak. There's an element of mental illness, PTSD, fatherless homes, the opioid crisis that is all encapsulated around the moral and ethical breakdown of our society today. And many of our young people are headed in the wrong direction. There are statistics that are showing that kids in urban cities that are ninth graders, 8th and 9th graders, are reading on a 4th grade level. Their math scores are 2 to 4 grades behind where there should be. Education has fallen to the very, very bottom of these young individuals' axiom for life. And we need to do a recalibration for kids wanting to have an education and do the right thing. There are way too many kids in today's time that are self-destructive, that are raising themselves, that are coming from fatherless homes, that have inadequate parenting taking place. There's very little oversight on raising them, and they're raising themselves and they're headed in the wrong direction. So what is taking place in Fairfax, Virginia? I ran into this story about a McDonald's in Fairfax, Virginia, where now they are saying, and they have put up a sign, that you have to be 21 years old to enter the McDonald's. 21, like entering a nightclub. What does this say for our society? Where you cannot go to a fast food restaurant unless you cannot enter unless you are 21 and over. McDonald's doesn't serve alcohol, any of that. It's not a nightclub. It's a fast food restaurant, but you have to be over 21. They're saying because the kids at one particular high school that's close by there, Thomas Edison High School, these kids are going in there, and instead of placing an order, eating their food and leaving, they're fighting, they're disruptive, they're disrespectful to the McDonald's employees. And now McDonald's Corporation has had enough, and they're saying that you have to be over 21, or a parent with if you're a child, you have to be accompanied by your parent to enter the McDonald's. What does it say for us as a society? There's way too much gun violence. There's way too many assaults that have taken place, especially with our young folks. I'm in my mid-50s. When I leave my home, I'm not worried about a police officer bothering me. I'm not worried about a man my age, white or black, bothering me. The only harm that I'm worried about that I consider to be a detriment to my freedom would be a young person, a teenager, early 20s, that is headed in the wrong direction, that is headed towards destruction, a delineation from humanity. There is a machination of disruption and chaos that's taking place in today's time. And to see a McDonald's putting a sign up and saying that young folks under 21 cannot enter the McDonald's tells you a telltale sign that our society is headed in the wrong direction. Also, in relationship to McDonald's, uh, with Fairfax, Virginia, they in Chicago, in downtown Chicago, which I consider Chicago, Illinois to be the heartbeat of America, even more so than New York, 6 McDonald's restaurants, fast food restaurants, are leaving downtown Chicago for the same reasons. The opioid crisis. I noticed several years ago that if you're downtown and you need to use the bathroom, and no matter if it's a Dunkin' Donuts, a McDonald's, any fast food, Taco Bell, you cannot get into the bathroom, one, unless you're ordering something from the restaurant. Secondly, you have to be buzzed in. There have been multiple overdoses, people using drugs in the bathroom in downtown Chicago, and it has caused a complete, unadulterated mess. And now McDonald's is fed up, and 6 of the McDonald's restaurants are leaving downtown Chicago. And for those who don't know, the headquarters of McDonald's is right outside of Chicago in a suburb no more than 45 minutes to an hour away. So this is taking place right under the nose of the entire corporation. And Chicago is considered the 3rd or 4th largest city in America. So this gives you a template or a temperament of where we are headed as a society. When you see a McDonald's close, McDonald's has been a business fabric, a staple mate of corporate America in the United States. I actually have never seen a McDonald's close until recently. Even in St. Louis, there have been several McDonald's that have closed. Our economy is heading in the wrong direction. But our young people are committing very heinous crimes and are headed in a hellish children of the corn direction that we need to have some redirection through mentorship, through more males being appropriated into these young people's lives. But we are not going in the right direction. And to see 6 McDonald's restaurants that are leaving Chicago, downtown Chicago, tells you everything about what's going on. Downtown Chicago has a 50% commercial vacancy rate. 50%, right on the Magnificent Mile, the South Loop, the West Loop. What is happening? If this can take place in Chicago, this can take place in any city in America. So just when you close your eyes and turn a blind eye to what I'm talking about here, this could happen at your front door in your city at any given time. Franchises and retailers are leaving downtown Chicago in the Magnificent Mile. The Magnificent Mile is considered to be the Rodeo Drive of Chicago, for those who don't know. There are all kinds of shops, Rolex, Prada, the Nike store, Victoria's Secret, right along the Magnificent Mile. And if you're seeing that high-end area starting to look like a ghost town, we're in trouble. Downtown St. Louis, after 5 p.m. during the week, when the law firms and the businesses leave, downtown St. Louis looks like a ghost town. And there needs to be a revibrancy in downtown St. Louis. Downtown Chicago is collapsing each and every day. What is another similarity to St. Louis and Chicago? These are blue cities. Here again, you have Brandon Johnson, who's the mayor, who I do not like at all. Chicago has a fiscal deficit of $1.5 billion. Chicago decided to make itself a migrant city, which has added to the decimation and the collapse of Chicago's economy, its vibrancy, its moral and ethical uplift. The framework of Chicago is falling apart each and every day, and Brandon Johnson is doing a very poor job. The migrant issue was just a debacle. Gun violence, gang violence, carjacking, assaults, police being shot and killed in Chicago. There's a complete disruption and a machination of disaster that needs to be changed immediately. And how does it also affect Chicago with this $1.5 billion deficit? Tourism is down. Conventions. Who wants, if you hear about all this violence that's taking place in Chicago, who would want to have a national convention there? If you're picking where it's Memorial Day weekend, what do we know about cities like Chicago? Holidays where you're supposed to be enjoying yourself and having fun, the violence goes through the roof. It's a holiday. It's supposed to be a time to be with family and friends and to love and enjoy each other. But guess what happens? The diametrical opposite. There's gun violence. There's murders that are taking place. Hopefully today's Saturday. Hopefully this Memorial Day weekend will be okay. But as we know, and history has proven itself time and time again, Memorial Day weekend, 4th of July weekend, Labor Day weekend ends up being some of the most violent holiday weekends of all time, each and every year. And we call it a holiday, and it ends up being a hell day. The other part is, what is Brandon Johnson going to do about all of this? If you're seeing McDonald's leaving, that gives you a telltale sign that the economy in Chicago is in trouble. Here in St. Louis, Tashara Jones, who was the first black female mayor, she just lost her re-election bid. St. Louis is another blue city. St. Louis has a lot of gun violence, a lot of assaults, police officers getting shot. You have a lot of chaos and disruption. Why is this happening in many of our blue cities? We have to take a look in the mirror at some point and re-galvanize our young people to doing positive, righteous, and God-fearing things that will lead their lives in a positive direction. These young folks are living day to day and not looking forward to becoming 40, 50, and 60 years old with a gray beard and a gray face. Same thing happened in what's taking place in Chicago has already taken place in Oakland and San Francisco. Guess what else is aligned and similar to Chicago and St. Louis? Blue cities. Liberal laws on the books. Wanting to defund the police. Oakland's mayor just got indicted 6 or 8 months ago for corruption, and Oakland, In-N-Out Burger left Oakland. There's been tons of property damage, assaults in Oakland. San Francisco is being decimated each and every day. It looks like a third world country. Places like Bank of America, many of your corporate companies are leaving San Francisco and Oakland. The San Francisco mayor was a black female, and she lost in a recount vote and wanted to defund the police, wanted to put more liberal laws on the books. Here are 3 indications, whether it's Brandon Johnson in Chicago, the ex-mayor of Oakland, the ex-mayor of San Francisco, these liberal laws, these DEI situation, diversity, equity, and inclusion. We need to make sure that we pay attention to our city and local politics, even more so than our national politics. We need to make sure we know who we are voting in as mayor, who is the president of the automatic board, who your state legislators are, who's your lieutenant governor, who is your governor, what does your state Supreme Court look like, how are they legislating the laws on the books for you. All of this is very important, and we're starting to see where many of our major cities, Oakland, San Francisco, Chicago, are falling apart one day at a time. There has been a lowering of the standard of our moral and ethical humanity that has gotten completely out of control, and we need more videos, we need more mentors to talk about these things and to try to uplift our young people each and every day. Tell me what you think. Fairfax, Virginia McDonald's is not letting anybody in under 21 into their dining area because of violence amongst our young folks. Chicago, downtown Chicago, has lost at least 6 McDonald's due to the same issues of assaults, violence, disruption, disrespect. And you might look at this video and say, well, it's just McDonald's. But McDonald's is a tipping point on where our society is headed today and then again tomorrow. Tell me what you think. This has been the Trevor Donald Experience.